Okay, what we ended up doing, I got the master cylinder in now. It's over here. You got the master cylinder in right here next to the clutch, and we couldn't get it in before, so it was mounted down here, down lower, and I'll show you why. On the inside, put down in here now. That's where it was before. And with the pedal hanging up here and down here, here's the pedal. There's the pedal in there now. I had to put, let's see if I can get this here. This pin here hooks up into the master cylinder. That's what it hooks to and it pushes on. But because that brace right there goes from the door jamb to the firewall. Well, on this side, here's the brace, and it went right to the firewall, right up in there, right next to the master cylinder for the brake. So there was no room. That's exactly where the clutch master cylinder had to be. So with this brace in the way, I had to mount the master cylinder down there, which means I had to take the pin, which was mounted over here, and move it all the way down here on the pedal. Now, when you move it down lower on the pedal, you lose all the leverage, and with 2 feet standing on the clutch pedal, I couldn't even push in the master cylinder. It wouldn't budge. So I had to get the leverage back, which means I had to take the pin from here, move it up to here, back up closer to the pivot point. This is where the bolt goes through. So I had to do that. So what I ended up doing was I cut the brace. Here's a piece of the brace. I cut it off the firewall, up in there. I don't know if you can make it out. Up in there. I had cut it out, and that's if you, I don't know if you can see it, but right up in there, there's the master cylinder now. Now the master cylinder is now there it is right there. It's at this height. Before, it used to be down here, which was about 6-7 inches lower. Now it's back up higher, which means it's higher up to the pivot point. So I'm going to have the leverage on my pedal. Okay, I got the clutch pedal is in here now, and if you look up above, you can see right here, right there, that's the pin, and it lines up with the clutch master cylinder over there now. And you can see I had to add a piece over to move it over a little bit because it wasn't lined up anymore with here. It's over there now. So I moved it over. All I got to do now is hook this up to that, and we should have the clutch. And then of course I got to plug that hole up. That's the hole for the steering column to go through. But yeah. Now, and this bracket, I'll probably end up going back to the firewall again, but over on the very edge. So I still have some kind of support this way from this brace. But at least I can mount the master cylinder where it's supposed to be. And go back around here. And that'll be right there. Now I don't like the fact that this is a wildwood, but it's plastic. You know, I wish it was black or something. You know, it looks kind of cheap. And I'm going to put I didn't want the reservoir sticking out up here outside of the cowl. So I got this piece is going to be on. Then you run the rubber hose over to the remote, and the remote will be someplace else on the firewall. That way there it'll be easy to do maintenance on this thing and fill it or whatever I got to do. And that's that. It's on order with a right angle fitting. Goes from here. Actually, no. From here, I'm going to use the steel line. I'm going to use a regular brake steel line. From here, I'm going to come over to the firewall, go down over close to where the slave cylinder is under that rag. I'm trying to keep it clean because I got the fitting, the hoses off of it. And then I'll run a rubber hose from there over to the steel line up on here, and it'll come up and then into here. So, but that's it. But Jesus, it's been 2 months trying to work out how to get this thing working. Finally.